Paul Salewski and Brian Doyle are here. Oddly, from Doyle Salewski. How are you?
Strange, isn't it?
Morning.
Good to see you, fellas.
Yeah, good.
Listen, you got a lot going on. I know there's some high-profile cases you were just talking about that are in the news these days that you guys are dealing with.
Yep.
But we want to talk about today dealing with professionals. And I know you guys have been in this. How long have you been in this business?
I've been in there since 1977, so I can't do the math. It's too much.
And I've been doing it since '85.
Right. So helping people with their financial struggles, right?
So I've been around 36 years.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm glad you're doing the math. Now, there are lots of others out there that say they can help you, and that's, there's schemes out there and scammers out there. But I guess more than anything, you guys want to warn people against those kind of guys and talk about being professionals in this business, right?
We want to keep people away from those on the phone, those on the internet who are not properly trained and licensed, who, for purposes of a sale, become the debtor's best friend and lure them into an arrangement which really is not going to do them any good in the long run. And in fact, it'll hurt them.
Now, those folks you talk to the telephone, basically they're talking from a script. They don't really care about you. They care about the talking points being made and getting your money.
Why then do people go to these guys? Why would they be attractive to a person who's got some financial difficulties?
They want the quick fix. They want the easy way out. We in fact do have easier ways out, but it requires a little bit more work, a little bit more time.
Right.
People, like the easy fix. They're inclined to take.
Well, and what they believe is going to be the quick fix, the easy way out, but it never is, right?
No, it isn't.
And people are trusting as well. So you've got the combination of someone who establishes a bond of trust over the phone or over the internet or both, and then you've got the lure of what appears to be a better solution.
But it's a bit like a hypochondriac who's looking for the fix for their illness. They'll go to where it sounds the best, whether it's the proper thing or not to do. Same way for a lot of people's finances.
And it never works out for people, let's face it.
Most times it doesn't.
For the most part.
Well, I would think virtually all times in the cases we see where these schemes are put together, they don't work out. And really, these people are prey to these type of instigators, for lack of a better word.
Right. And what's sad for a lot of people is they believe they now have a solution. They're working towards that. They're paying someone some money, but these people keep the money. They collect enough to cover their fees.
Yeah.
And they don't make any calls to creditors or anything. And all of a sudden, these folks get stuff in the mail where you owe money.
So they don't do anything they say they're going to do.
Many times, that's correct.
Basically.
Or they do just a bit, but they don't solve the whole problem.
All right. What's the difference between those scammers and guys like you? I mean, you're a professional company. You're trained, highly trained. You're certified to help people. Well, so obviously the obvious differences are there, but when it gets down to brass tacks, you guys make it happen for people.
We're trained. We're licensed by the federal government. We're regulated by the federal government, the Office of the Superintendent of Bankruptcy.
And that's something you've always told me, is to make sure the people you're dealing with are licensed and trained, right?
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are licensed as collection agents under the Collection Agency Act of Ontario.
Uh-huh.
Different act, not the same training, but there are some good credit counseling agencies out there. However, I'd have to say there's a lot of them that are simply fly-by-night operations out there to make the quick buck.
Right. The thing you get with you guys is personal service, and by personal I mean face-to-face service.
Eye-to-eye, toe-to-toe.
Right?
That's right.
You make a call, you set up an appointment, there's a consultation process, and then you get down to work, right? And
yeah, we offer different alternatives to their situation.
Right. Yeah, there's no cut and dried formula, I don't think. You're not reading off a script when I call you or when I come to see you, right? And that's a huge difference.
And it takes a good hour and a half to lay things out on paper. Everybody's situation is different.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
You've got spouses, children, you've got work, you've got obligations you must make. So all this has to be taken into account. It takes a bit of time.
A lot of people, I think, look to that quick fix, to be honest with you, to take some of the pain away. But it's not that difficult once you get into it, and once you get things laid out in front of your customers, in front of your clients. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
A lot of people remark they didn't realize it was that easy. A lot of people say, "Oh, gee, I wish I'd done this 2 years ago."
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
the grief I put
exactly,
myself
eh?
through and my family. I wish I'd been to see you earlier.
Yeah. DoyleSalewski.ca. Go on their website and find out more. DoyleGroup.ca is another website you can go to. Call and ask some questions.
That's right.
Talk to the professionals.
Consultation is free.
Exactly.
No charge.
And then away you go from there. And before you know it, you'll be out of the woods, as they say.